Hello, what is going on, everybody? It is Ryan and Dani here, and welcome to another SNG reaction. I wouldn't say so much a reaction, more so a reaction slash discussion, because here's the thing. Alright, for this particular reaction or discussion video, we're tackling the latest death battle released by Screwattack, the death battle between, Jotaro Kujo, of course from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Kenshiro, the main protagonist in Fist of the North Star. Now, I never really put too much thought into doing like reactions or discussions on the Death Battle series because pretty much literally everyone and their mother pretty much does that already with the reactions and such. But seeing as how Dani and I are like the big JoJo fans in the group, I figured let's make an exception with that. So I guess that being said, though, in regards to Death Battle in general, Dani, have you seen any other Death Battles in the past, or is this technically the first one?
Oh, I've seen some Death Battles in the past. Sadly, that is a series I really don't keep up with. But believe me, I've seen some Death Battles. Like, I started keeping up with it, and then it's like I kind of petered out for a little while. It's like, if there's a matchup that, because usually I hear about the Death Battles from, like, you or BJ. So if there's one that is coming up and you guys, let me know and everything, and if it's one that I'm really interested in, I will keep my eye on it. And honestly, the last one I was really interested in was Yang versus Tifa, for obvious fucking reasons. Yes. And that was a pretty kick-ass fight. But
it was. Holy shit.
I mean, it's like, I remember watching Death Battle from the beginning and everything. I mean, it's like, I still, one of my favorite fights, and it's solely for how it ended because it was so unexpected, but it was so fucking funny. And I think that was Blanca versus Pikachu, where it's like, that one still cracks me up, even to this day, 'cause it's like, okay, you have, this massive, lightning fight and everything, and next thing you know, Blanca just grabs the Pikachu and just starts eating it. It's like, it comes out of nowhere, but it's so fucking funny that I'm just like, you know what, screw the stats and everything. Yeah, Blanca wins just on that thought alone.
It's like, okay, come on, guys. When you really think about it, what did you think was gonna happen?
I know a lot of people, the biggest one that people were talking about, what was it, Goku versus Superman or something?
Oh, God, the most controversial Death Battle ever to be put out, bar none.
I'm well aware of that controversy and everything, and for me personally, I guess I couldn't get into it nearly as much, because it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know about both Superman and Goku. It's just, I'm not a big Dragon Ball fan like how you and BJ are, and I don't really keep up with the comic continuity. I'm definitely more of a movie superhero person, so that's where I'm just like...
Right.
So I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get why people are so pissed off, but that's just me.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but as soon as you told me that, it was like, oh, hey, did you hear about the next Death Battle? Of course, I'm like, well, I don't keep up with it, so no, I haven't heard about it. And as soon as you mentioned it's JoJo versus Fist of the North Star, I'm like, that totally makes sense. Because really, when you think about it, if you think back to when the mangas initially came out, both were very prominent in the 80s, and I mean, you can watch any video talking about what Shonen Jump manga in the 80s was like. I mean, especially I think a Super Eye Patch Wolf actually put out a really cool video about it, where he talked about what the state of Shonen Jump was roughly 30 years ago, during the 80s. And yeah, during that time, your biggest selling mangas were your martial arts battle anime featuring these big beefy men, and Fist of the North Star was pretty much the manga that exemplified that whole thing, followed closely by JoJo. I mean, you could make the argument even that Fist of the North Star helped influence JoJo. So putting this matchup together, to me, totally makes sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's don't get me wrong, I've seen the 1 minute melee that Screwattack and a Hyper Gauge put out like I think like a couple of like 2 to 3 years ago or whatever, and it's like some other similar matchups in that case. But it's like you have no idea how long I have waited after all of these years of watching Death Battle of when they were finally gonna do an official Death Battle, not just with Jotaro, but even if it was Jotaro versus Kenshiro. So when I first saw like the initial teaser for this fight, I'm just like, okay, fucking what? Okay, let's go. Let's fucking go. No bullshit. Let's bring out the statistics. Let's see who overpowers who.
Right. And then,
oh my God.
And that's the thing, like, okay, I will freely admit, and I believe, Ryan, you're in the same boat as I am, that it's like, yes, we definitely know a lot about JoJo. Hell, I'm completely caught up with the manga now. So, I mean, I am right there, baby. But when it comes to Fist of the North Star, I have actually never seen Fist of the North Star. I've seen plenty of videos about it. I've seen reviews about it and everything. And I mean, I really do want to see Fist of the North Star. The problem is I don't know where the hell to find it. And I think it's just because we're in that day and age now, thanks to streaming and everything. It's so easy to be able to watch stuff legally, mind you. And yet, Fist of the North Star is not on Netflix. It's not on Hulu. As far as I'm aware of, it's not on Crunchyroll. So I'm like, where the hell can I watch Fist of the North Star? I think I owe it to myself, not just as a JoJo fan, but just as a manga and an anime fan in general. I think I owe it to myself to watch Fist of the North Star. So it's like, where the fuck? Yeah. It's like, BJ's like, well, there's Kiss Anime. It's like, yeah, but it's not legal. It's like I would
cheapo.
It's like I would like to be on the good side of the law for once.
Yeah, it's like I would like to support the official release. Thank you very much.
But yeah, I mean, it's like if there's really no other way around it, I mean, that'll be the route I'll have to take. But I mean, it's like I do want to see Fist of the North Star. I mean, it looks good, it sounds good, and I mean, yeah, it was a benchmark in anime and manga. So it's like I said, again, just as an anime and manga fan, I think I owe it to myself to see this thing.
Oh yeah, I'm totally with you on that one. I mean, it's like, granted, I have not like watched it through like Kiss Anime or anything, but the only times I've ever seen like any like moments from a Fist of the North Star were various clips that were uploaded to YouTube. So it's like I haven't seen a whole lot of Kenshiro's, but I kind of get the feeling on what kind of a fighter Kenshiro is and what Kenshiro like has like in regards to like abilities and such.
Well, like one of the YouTubers that I watch and I've been watching for years is a guy. He is known as Bennett the Sage. He was I know he was active on Channel Awesome when it was kicking up and everything. I don't know if he's still active with them now, but regardless, you can find him on YouTube. But he has this show called Anime Abandoned. I've been watching this show for years. It's one of my favorite anime analysis shows out there and everything. I highly recommend you watch it. Like, he occasionally does like his more like serious, grounded, down to earth reviews, but most of the time he's just poking fun and talking shit and everything, and he's legitimately funny with it. But years ago, he did a review of Fist of the North Star, and he did like a down-to-earth, serious review because it's an anime he was very passionate about. He really enjoys it and everything. So, at least judging by that review, I have a basic idea, at least, of what Fist of the North Star is about. So, I mean, it's like, from what I gather, Fist of the North Star, it takes place like post-apocalypse, so I guess like, the nukes have gone off and everything. You're basically in like a Mad Max wasteland and everything. You've got, people that are, ridiculously giant, muscular, and they are, basically brick shit houses. And then you've got Kenshiro. Kenshiro, he was going out with this girl, I believe her name was Yuria or something. But
yes, something like that. Yeah, it's like in memory serves, he got engaged to this woman. She got kidnapped.
And the story,
as far as I'm aware,
and the story is about him going on this journey to try and rescue her. And it's just
or essentially just get revenge in general. It's like the guys at Death Battle, like a Wiz and Boomstick. It's like based on what they've already told us, like from the initial Kenshiro trailer that they posted like a week before this Death Battle that was just uploaded. Yeah, they already got into a little bit of detail about this sort of stuff. So whenever we get around to doing once we do the initial reaction, we'll let them do a lot of the explaining and all of that. That being said, I think the big question with this pre-discussion, who do you think is going to win this fight, Jotaro or Kenshiro? I'll let you have the floor first.
Oh, and this is such a tough choice, and it's solely based on just how powered are they going to make Jotaro. I mean, it's like, okay, first off, I understand why they picked Jotaro of all the 8 protagonists. I get why, because Jotaro is the most iconic JoJo out of all of them. It's like I said, for those of you who do not pay attention to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right now there are 8 parts. We're in the middle of the 8th part in the manga right now. So we have 8 protagonists to choose from. Jotaro comes from part 3. So very early on, and he is like the most iconic, recognizable character. He basically kind of became like the unofficial mascot, so to speak, of JoJo. So it's like, whenever you see anybody talk about JoJo and everything, 9 times out of 10, Jotaro's gonna fucking show up. So I get that. At the same time, though, I guess, even though I say I'm not surprised, at the same time, I kind of am, because it's like, again, when you look at JoJo, you look at parts 1 and 2, you look at the protagonists there. The protagonist of part 1 was Jonathan, and the protagonist of part 2 was Joseph. The both of them use a style of fighting known as Hamon. And it's basically martial arts where they're basically harnessing the power of the sun to do batshit crazy things. So, I mean, it's like, but at the end of the day, it's very much martial arts. It's a little bit more in line with what Kenshiro would do. And yet they went with Jotaro. And Jotaro, with part 3 introduced the concept of stands, which is the de facto superpower of JoJo's at this point. I mean, it's like, yeah, you had Hamon in part 1 and 2, and then as soon as stands introduced, everybody loved that concept that Hirohiko Araki was like, well, fuck Hamon, it's all about the stands now. And,
right.
And again, for those who don't follow, if you don't follow JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but if you've played Persona, for example, then you know what stands are, because that's essentially what stands is. It is personas. So,
right.
Yeah, so now you know where that whole idea came from. But,
right.
The thing that I'm curious about is how they're going to handle this with Jotaro specifically. Because, actually, we should mention spoilers, because they're kind of still airing the English dub of Stardust Crusaders on Toonami, and I'm sure there are some people that are watching the JoJo anime on Toonami only, and you're not done with it yet. So some of the shit that Ryan and I are going to be talking about is going to be spoiling how Stardust Crusaders ends. So if you're one of those people that are watching it and you don't want to be spoiled, click the fuck out now.
Yeah. No, all right, yeah, don't worry about that, Danny. I'll post a disclaimer right now. Okay, there we go. Anyway, okay, continue.
Okay, so Jotaro's stand is known as Star Platinum. Now, when we're first introduced to Star Platinum, it's primarily known for 2 things: super strength and precision. And by precision, I mean so accurate to the point that Jotaro could literally put a gun to his head, pull the trigger, and Star Platinum will catch the bullet before it even enters his head. That's how precise he is. So
yes.
Pretty much all throughout part 3, that's always been Jotaro's shtick. Either he's so precise to be able to predict enemy movements, or he's so super strong that his stand literally goes aura, 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 and he's just beating the fuck out of people. Again, kind of along like what you would expect out of Kenshiro. Now, if they decide to leave it there, then I think they're going to be a little bit more evenly matched. And this is where...
Oh, no, they will not.
Because here's the thing. It's like, if Kenshiro can find a way to get around Star Platinum, then honestly, I think Kenshiro would win this fight. The thing is, though, is that, again, you've got Star Platinum's, precision and his strength to worry about. But there's also a factor of only stand users can see other stands. So Kenshiro, technically, if they play their cards right, should not be able to see Star Platinum. So Jotaro will just be standing there, and all of a sudden Kenshiro can feel like, wait a minute, something is hitting me, but I don't see something hitting me. What is going on? Technically, that's what should be happening, but I don't know if Rooster Teeth will go that far.
Technically, Screwattack, yes.
Oh, Screwattack, my bad. It's like, I don't know if they will follow that, or will they give him the leeway of, through some Fist of the North Star magic or something that, he can see Star Platinum. I don't know. But if
you know what? That's just it though. It's like, okay. All right. Okay, seeing as how obviously we're the big JoJo fans here, I want Jotaro to win. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things that I am worried about in regards to Kenshiro. Yes, we're already aware of like the kind of power that Kenshiro is capable of, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like from this ancient martial arts technique that he's learned when he was a kid, somehow I get the biggest suspicion that throughout all of that, he obtained some kind of ability that can, in fact, actually see Star Platinum. So it's like, that being said, if Kenshiro can somehow see Star Platinum, there goes one of Jotaro's biggest advantages right fucking there.
Right.
And Kenshiro can possibly go around that shit. So if that's the case, this is why it's like, yeah, I want Jotaro to win, but yeah, if that does happen, I'm honestly thinking Kenshiro is going to win this. I'm just saying that right now.
Well, here's the thing, and this is where I'm saying it depends on how far powered up they're going to make Jotaro. Because like I said, yes, I do agree. If Kenshiro can get around Star Platinum, then Jotaro stands no chance. Because, stands can only really exist should the stand user exist. And any damage that happens to the stand will happen to the user, and vice versa. So if Kenshiro can get around Star Platinum and land just the one hit in the right place on Jotaro, then that's it. The fight's over. Kenshiro is going to win. However, this is where I'm saying I don't know, because it depends on how far they're going to power up Star Platinum. Because
of course, there's no doubt that
yeah,
all right, there is no doubt that considering that they're gonna use they're gonna pull every single resource for both characters. I have no doubt in my mind they're gonna pull all the info for Jotaro, not just in part 3, but also in part 4 as well. So it's like, there is no goddamn doubt that they're gonna use Star Platinum the World, the ability to stop time in this fight.
Yeah, because that was the big thing at the end of Stardust Crusaders, that last fight with Jotaro versus Dio. And it was like they revealed that, the World and Star Platinum are the same type of stand, so that somehow gives them the same kind of ability. I still don't get that, but,
right.
Araki was still trying to figure out the whole stand concept before he really fine-tuned it and everything. But regardless, yes, once Jotaro, after that fight with Dio, Jotaro has the ability to stop time for roughly 2 seconds, I believe. So Jotaro, it's like, the minute you bringing in him stopping time, then it's like, okay, if Kenshiro could physically get around Star Platinum, the minute that he goes Star Platinum Zawarudo and stops time, that's going to give Jotaro more than enough time to be able to come up with a counterattack. And and if that's the case, then I think it would be very possible that Jotaro would win. So this is where I'm thinking, like, where are you going with this? Like, if it's just Star Platinum, I suspect Kenshiro. But if they bring in Star Platinum's The World, I suspect Jotaro's gonna win.
Right. I mean, I guess it really all depends on how they actually do handle Star Platinum The World, like when they do use it. Because keep in mind, when it comes to Jotaro using Star Platinum The World, he uses the technique to stop time much differently compared to how Dio uses the world. If you were to see part 3, like when Jotaro was trying to fight Dio abuses the fuck out of the world. He mostly uses that like as many times as he can to take out his opponent. While Jotaro, on the other hand, we don't see him use the world nearly as much as Dio. If anything, Jotaro would more than likely use the world as like a last resort, as opposed to constantly using it. So,
right? Because you even see this in part 4. Like, yeah, part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. Yeah, we've only really seen him use Star Platinum The World like a small number of times. I'd like to say you can probably count it on like one hand how many times he's used it. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it's like, yes, Jotaro is very powerful. Star Platinum, even amongst all the stands that have been introduced in all of JoJo, Star Platinum and Star Platinum The World, it is one of the strongest stands. But that being said, though, I do want to stress, that does not make Jotaro invincible. You see,
no, he's still human, pretty much.
No, but I mean, even in part 4, you've seen moments where even when he uses Star Platinum The World, he still gets his ass kicked sometimes. I mean, he got his ass kicked by a fucking rat. He took a damn near lethal blow when going up against Yoshikage Kira's sheer heart attack. So I mean, yes, it is entirely possible, to be able to counteract Star Platinum The World and everything, but that's actually one of the beauties behind JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's like, for damn near every stand ability, no matter how outlandish it can be, there's always a way to counter it. There's probably, there's probably one exception to that rule, but I'm not going to say any further because I haven't gotten you there yet, Ryan. So, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, there are ways to get around it. And again, now, Jotaro shows up in part 6. And part 6, Jotaro gets taken out damn near. I mean, he ends up, like, taking a really bad hit and everything. And that's, again, with Star Platinum The World, goes up against an opponent that has a way of getting around it and everything. And that's actually a major plot point and everything. So it's like, there are ways you can get around it and everything. Because now we're talking stands, like Jotaro going up against another stand, okay then. But now we got Kenshiro we're talking about here. And this is where, again, I totally blame this on my lack of knowledge of Fist of the North Star. So I apologize to any fans out there if I'm just talking out of my ass here. But this is where it's like, again, when you're going up against an opponent, no matter how powerful he may be, like no matter how much good of a martial artist he can be, if he doesn't have a power that is an equivalent to a stand, and if they give Star Platinum The World, I just don't see how Kenshiro can stand a chance.
Well, that's the beauty behind Death Battle, and I can pretty much say this for like the vast majority of Death Battles that I've seen. I mean, it's like, when they go through all the stats and all of that, it's like, oh yeah, it's an impressive feat and all of that, but then there's always that one character in the Death Battle that I'm just like, okay, he's okay, yeah, these stats, they don't sound nearly as impressive as the other fighter, but I feel like I am missing something. Something tells me I think this fighter is gonna win, but something tells me this guy is gonna do a complete 180 and just blow my mind, and I'm gonna be like, how the hell did this happen? I need some explanations, Wiz and Boomstick.
Right. Yeah. So that.
But I guess you brought up how it's like when it comes to Jotaro using the world and how he took like some fatal blows or whatever. I guess this correlates to like something that I'm actually rather curious about. It's like, yes, it's like, yeah, they taken some serious blows and all of that, like Kenshiro, like, as you said, like, he got impaled by somebody's, like, 3 fingers or something and survived. It's like, yeah, it's like, it kind of makes me wonder, like, how much endurance both of these fighters have, because keep in mind, it's like, yeah, it's like Jotaro has been, like, hit with, like, fucking needles from a rat, or whatever. It's like, and, what was it, in part 3, it's like, while he's still frozen in time, the world fucking starts beating the living shit out of him, and it shows a shot of Jotaro's bones being broken. Like, he's getting broken ribs, broken arms, broken legs. He ends up getting stabbed by the stand user Anubis, and fucking he gets blown up by sheer heart attack, and is still able to stand. So all those moments, he could take so much punishment, and he still stands up as if they were fucking nothing.
That is true.
So, yeah, and so it's like, yeah, I think it's safe to say both of these fighters have, like, a lot of fucking endurance, but it's like, who has the most endurance? Who could take the most punishment?
Right, and, like, just watch. That's probably going to be the deciding factor. It's like, here I am trying to think powers and abilities, but, now that you bring that up, it's like, yeah, I would not be surprised if that's exactly what this ends up being. This is more a battle. It starts as like a battle of attrition, but it's mostly about, all right, who's got the better endurance, who's going to be able to take the most hits and survive. And it's like, right. And if that's the case, I think they're going to be very evenly matched, but I mean, I don't know, regardless of who wins, I just expect this fight to be all kinds of awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like I said, like, like the last big fight that I was really excited for was Yang versus Tifa. And that fight for me did not disappoint. Like, I know there were some people that were like really hoping, like, they really wanted Tifa to win, or they really wanted Yang to win or something. Then me, I'm just like, I don't care who wins. I just want it to be a really kick-ass fight, and sure enough, it was a pretty damn kick-ass fight. Yeah.
But it's like, when you really break it down and everything, and they broke down the whole stats and everything, like, they talked about, like, Tifa's strengths, and they brought out the whole thing where, when they gave her ultimate weapon, Premium Heart, they brought up that fact where, yeah, the more hits she takes, yes, the more damage she can deal out, just like Yang. But as soon as she does her limit breaks, that damage automatically goes back to 0. And maybe not 0, but it goes back to minimum. Yang doesn't have that. She just keeps getting stronger. And that was the deciding factor. And it's like, it really makes a lot of sense when you think of that. So I would not be surprised in the slightest if that's exactly what happens with Jotaro and Kenshiro.
Yeah, it's really hard to say when it comes to Battle of Endurance, because, yeah, it's like, yeah, while both Kenshiro and Jotaro can take a shitload of punishment and just simply walk it off and shit, yeah, there is still the possibility of somehow Kenshiro seeing past Star Platinum and getting a good hit on Jotaro, which, of course, if you know Fist of the North Star, of course you'll pull off the move where he goes, hit all of his fucking pressure points, and pulls off the goddamn internet meme and makes Jotaro fucking explode into a million pieces. So, I guess, that being said, though, I think now is a good time as any to see what exactly happens with this fight. Again, I want Jotaro to win, but I honestly think Kenshiro is going to win this one, because I feel like there's that one thing that Kenshiro is going to have that will turn this whole battle around in regards to abilities and shit. Alright, so if you stuck around with us this entire time, then thank you so much for listening. And stay tuned in just a few seconds, because we're gonna jump in onto this death battle. We'll see you guys then.
We've covered a lot of macho heroes here on Death Battle, but these two are as manly and stoic as they come.
Yes, like that one guy from Killer Instinct and that other boxer from Street Fighter.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
And Kenshiro, the wandering fist of the North Star. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh.
Oh man, did they?
Okay.
Did they grab the sprites from Jump Superstars?
Jump. Okay, alright. For Kenshiro sprite, you know what? That's actually. I don't believe so. I think that's from another game of some sort.
Yeah, no,
because I think if it was like from a Jumpstar, from like a Ultra Jumpstars, the sprite would be much shorter.
Yeah, like Jump Ultimate Stars or something. Because I had that DS game. And yeah,
wait,
I have
okay.
it. And Jotaro and Kenshiro are in those games.
But Jotaro had a bigger problem.
Right.
Didn't know how he did it.
But yeah, it's like I remember seeing those particular Kenshiro sprites when I initially saw the 1 minute melee that Hypergage made like a few years back.
Just like my pet rat.
Honestly, I could have, for some reason, I don't know why, I thought they were gonna do like a 3D animation with this fight. I don't know why, but you know what? With all things considered, I'm honestly perfectly content with it being sprite animations.
And that's how he died. Just kidding. A third arm popped out of his body to stop the bullet, of course.
This strange
there's the precision.
bro wasn't an evil spirit at all.
Yeah, the fucking speed and precision.
And inherited through his bloodline.
Yeah, lots of the JoJo family has him, including his granddad, Joseph.
These beings are called stands, literally because they stand by you.
I mean, I guess it's not wrong.
It's so lame.
Stands are powered by their user's life force, and turns out Jotaro's life force is supercharged because he's got one of the strongest stands of all, Star Platinum.
Star Platinum has superhuman strength, speed, precision, and vision. He can even phase through bodies and affect a person's.
Oh god, they're giving him the time stop.
Can take a solid hit.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
See, I told you they were gonna leave a lot of all of his abilities untouched, including Star Platinum of the world.
And of your own, you wouldn't even be able to see Star Platinum.
Oh great, so he's invincible and invisible.
Some stands such as strength, the cargo ship, are visible to ordinary people. However, these circumstances are dependent on the stand and not the viewer's abilities.
Jotaro soon found out his family's old vampire nemesis was out to get him. Dio!
With Star Platinum.
Yes! Yes.
Stand up to Dio, he copied Dio's greatest ability, the time stop.
With this new power, Star Platinum can freeze time everywhere for 5 seconds. He can do it multiple times, though it does.
Nice to see the recognition for Diamond is Unbreakable.
Kinda like an ability
Yeah.
in a video game or me in the bedroom, ladies.
Yeah.
Still, he can friggin' stop time.
In Jotaro's case, he may be human, but he's strong enough to smash through stone and leap several stories. On the other hand, Star Platinum is said to
There is that one thing we really have to take into consideration with that was the fact that it takes like a little cooldown for him to use Star Platinum of the world, especially considering how he isn't all that familiar with stopping time, like as opposed to Dio, who constantly abused the fuck out of that move.
Long story short, Hangman moves between reflections at light speed, and Silver Chariot caught him in mid-movement.
Granted, Silver Chariot had to use an elaborate plan to force Hangman into moving in a predictable direction. If Silver Chariot was truly faster than light, he wouldn't have needed to resort to such a plan. But the fact he caught Hanged Man at all is proof enough that he's at least close to light speed.
So that means Star Platinum is close to light speed too, and he's got the super strength to back up his super speed.
Oh, Star Platinum is strongest within about 10 feet of Jotaro's vicinity and further exponentially lowers his power.
There's the time that he broke a giant monster.
Oh, okay, yes, okay. I am so glad they are using this as an example of Star Platinum's strength, busting through High Priestess's diamond fucking teeth.
Not that kind of cleavage.
Although at the same time though, it's like I'm kind of worried because what was it? It's like granted, like the teeth were like much bigger compared to Jotaro and Co. But at the same time, though, it's like you keep in mind as they were swimming up to the surface, even even Jotaro was basically like wow, those teeth were pretty tough, but I was still able to bust through them. I guess they were low in calcium or something. So, I don't know. It's like, yeah, granted the teeth were made out of diamond or something. Considering if that was actually true, and her teeth were low on calcium, I don't know if that would be like a... Oh, gee, I don't know. I might be thinking...
It wouldn't affect the stand.
It's the last
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go.
In the world.
Yeah,
Now,
all right.
Now for the shit we don't know.
Right, I mean, granted, the beginning part right here, it's like, yeah, I remember seeing this from the initial trailer that they uploaded for Kenshiro.
To do it.
Kenshiro, Fist of the North Star.
Like most important protagonists, Kenshiro began his journey to greatness as a young orphan.
You know, thinking about it now, actually, okay, one thing that I actually didn't put into consideration when we did our pre-thoughts, fighting experience overall, because yeah, as they said numerous times, Jotaro was just a delinquent and only got into fights with like thugs and other opponents like Dio or whatever, but then we have Kenshiro, who has like years of martial arts experience like this.
Successor of Hakuna Matashin. Too bad his adopted brother got pissed he wasn't chosen and killed Ryukin over it. Talk about a sore loser.
With Hokuto Shinken mastered, Kenshiro can focus his energy into his strikes, effectively killing an opponent with a single blow to their pressure points. There are 708 malleable pressure points in the human body, and striking any of them can cause all sorts of effects. Stunning, blinding, healing, restoring memories, making people walk backward.
But mostly, they just make people...
Oh
shit.
Kenshiro's techniques are not limited to just the human body's pressure points, as they also have affected animals and vehicles. Okay. That I didn't know about. So it's not just with humans, it's also with other living organisms and fucking vehicles. Okay. My suspicions are getting a little bit higher with Kenshiro winning this fight now.
He really does leave a big mess behind. I can't even imagine what it must be like to clean up after one of his fights.
Kenshiro had
He is also proficient with nunchaku and stay weapon.
Spilling wheel exploding fist and 100 crack fist. Huh. Seen him kill all these people.
Wait, chi manipulation?
Reminds me a lot of my ex-wife.
How?
Emotionally, Wiz. Most of the time, his body explosions don't even happen right away, giving him plenty of time to explain to his foes how they're about to die, right before they explode.
You think you can beat me with a finger? That finger struck the hidden vital point known as Gakuchu. There's no use fighting now. You're already dead.
Omae mo shindiaru. Nani?
There we go.
Yeah.
Sure, Kenshiro has developed a number of legendary techniques, such as the Tenryu Kokyu Ho,
AKA the art of dragon's breathing. According to Kenshiro, this unlocks the full potential of his natural abilities, where a normal fighter would only use about 30%.
He can utilize Toki, or his own natural ki, to perform numerous techniques. Most of these involve punching, of course, but he can also create mirage images of himself, sense other fighting auras, and fire ki-based
Wait, Santa.
Oh, so he's gonna be able. He's gonna be able.
Wait
to
a minute.
So he's gonna be able to sense Star Platinum. Even if he can't see him, he can sense him.
Yeah, oh shit!
Man, I think Kenshiro might have this one in the bag.
That is such a fucking loophole! Oh shit!
Only those who truly understand pain.
My suspicions are now getting even higher! I am not liking this!
To enter a state of
Oh fuck.
He is impervious to attacks, essentially achieving intangibility.
He also somehow connects to the souls of dead allies and rivals, and can even use their techniques. But it's not like he needs them. He's already crazy enough on his own. He smashed the bones of a giant with a single hand, broke a metal table just by standing up, and hit a tank so hard it blew up.
There goes the fucking tank.
And then when it collapsed on top of him, he just walked through it. What a boss.
Just the concrete in one floor of an average-sized skyscraper can weigh over 1,000 tons.
You think that's tough? Kenshiro can stand in lava! Lava! You know how hot lava is?
Up to 2,000.
Oh fuck.
And remember that tank? Before he blew it up, it shot him square on and did absolutely nothing to him.
Oh, well.
Manly as hell.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm already getting the feeling that Kenshiro already has the biggest endurance advantage.
Yeah.
Taking a fucking tank shot and it doesn't even phase him. Taking down like a 1,000 ton building falling on top of him. Hardly did jack. Oh God! But it's like, yeah, it's like.
I think Kenshiro's got it.
Yeah, it's like Kenshiro. It's like not only Kenshiro already. I feel like Kenshiro already has the biggest endurance factor in this case. Even when Jotaro had all of his bones broken during his fight with Dio, it's like that's nothing compared to what Kenshiro has been through. And he may or may not be able to send Star Platinum with his supposed ability he learned from his martial arts technique. So
right now, but first, it's time for a death battle.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Oh, God damn it. Well, I already know who's animating this fight. Thank you, Screwattack.
Oh no!
Oh my God, this animation is so good.
おいジジイやるっていうのなら相手になろう場所を選ぶそこが貴様の死に場所だやっぱりお前は態度がでかいな
Alright,
man.
here we go. Let's go. Nope.
Yeah, there we go.
Alright. Wait. Oh!
Jeez, he's
Dude,
already.
why would you use that move so early?
He's already
You don't use
used
your
it.
broken move so goddamn early! Oh, shit! Wait. Fuck!
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
no!
He can
He can
sense
see
it.
him! Oh, no! I mean, no!
Yes!
Oh, no!
Oh, we just had a fucking fist fight.
Yeah, we had the infamous versus Order. Oh, God, wait, whoa, what the hell is this?
Chi blast.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So sick.
Thank you, Joseph.
I love this Joseph with the color commentary.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god!
Yes! Wait. Oh, no. I don't like this. Wait.
時を止めた
Oh, that's right. He can do that.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait, no,
But-
yeah, it's like I forgot about that. That was the whole thing.
What? Wait. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
he got
did
him.
got him.
He got
Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
yeah.
It's like if he can get around Star
Yep.
Platinum.
The debate!
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn it, Joseph.
Kenshiro needed to do to win was just get one hit in. But this match.
God damn it. Okay. Alright, honestly, yeah, I thought Jotaro somehow dodged that, but it's like, fuck. Yeah, I was afraid of this. It's like, all he needed to do was just get around Start Platinum, and that was it. One touch, bam, it's done. It's over. Alright. Fuck. God damn it.
One of Star Platinum's greatest strength feats involves breaking
God,
and
you know,
throwing a small
God,
section
you know what would have been hilarious though. It's just like, God damn it. If only I stuffed my uniform with books like how I did with Dio.
Introducing his enemy's weaknesses and strategies in mid.
But then again, it's like I don't know how much books would affect, fucking Kenshiro's punches.
Kenshiro did have trouble with Jotaro's time stopping and Star Platinum's speed. However, with his awesome durability plus additional intangibility when using Muso Tensei, Kenshiro survived the time stops. And the time stops cooldowns between uses gave Kenshiro enough time to work around them.
The time stop has been worked around by foes in Jotaro's past before, and as far as speed was concerned, Kenshiro may not have been faster than Star, but a mix of Muso Tensei and Mirage clones were more than enough to get by. And let's be real, Jotaro never stood a chance against Kenshiro by himself.
In the
Yeah.
end, both combatants had plenty of advantages, but Kenshiro's techniques and overwhelming power ended this fight.
Yeah.
Stand a chance.
The winner
Put 'em.
is Kenshiro.
Well,
Hey guys, thanks for
Yeah,
watching
that's
the
where I was
show. If
like,
you wanna see
as
exclusive
yeah,
commentary, click the link right over there.
honestly not surprised in the slightest.
yeah. Wait. Oh, next death battle? Alright. Wait.
Oh, we're really going there.
No way.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we're going there.
Wow. Okay. All right. I'm surprised I didn't even think about that matchup. Holy shit. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Oh my god. Fuck. All right. Good game, Fist of the North Star fans. GG, man. GG.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, like I said before, it's like, I said in the pre-thoughts, I said it here, I, in the back of my mind, I knew something like that was going to happen. It's like, if fucking Kenshiro could find a way to get around Star Platinum with his various abilities, then, yeah, all he had to do was just get one shot at Jotaro himself, and that's it, he's done.
Yeah. Well, that's where, you know.
I mean, it's like if Jotaro had like some like martial art, like if Jotaro himself had like his own set of like martial arts like experience, like almost equivalent to Kenshiro's, then it's like even with Jotaro alone, I'm sure he probably would have stood a chance or something. But no, it's like again, Jotaro would just his fighting experience is like. Yeah, not solely just from like the various stand years he's fought along all his adventures or whatever, but yeah, it's like yeah, even before he realized that he had a stand, it's like yeah, all he did was just get into fights with like thugs, teachers, the works. Never did he get like any actual martial arts experience at all.
Well, like, to be fair, I mean, it's like most of the JoJo protagonists, that was the case. I think with the exception of Jonathan and Joseph, you know, because, you know, well, they both got the formal training and everything. But pretty much every other protagonist since then, you know, that really hasn't been the case. It's always been because, you know, that was when stands were introduced. So, of course, the bulk of the fighting is going to be done through the stands. But, you know, that's where I was kind of saying with the, pre-thought video, you know, because that's what I was saying was, like, yeah, they brought up, you know, Jotaro with time stopping and everything. That's where it's like, you know, I had brought up before that, yes, you know, people have gotten around the world and stuff, but the whole thing was, like, you know, that was going up against other stand users. So that's where I was curious as to, okay, how are they going to do this with Kenshiro since he's clearly not a stand user? But I did not know about the whole aura sensing thing or anything. I mean, no review or video that I've seen with Fist of the North Star ever brought that up. Everyone just focuses about, you know, the fact that he can punch like ridiculously fast, ridiculously hard, the pressure points, you know, that's what I heard about. But the whole aura sensing thing, that was completely new to me. So that's where I was like, yeah, as soon as they mentioned that, you know, yeah, they can sense auras and shit, then it's like, oh, there we go. You know, it's like that. That's how they're gonna get around
that was
it.
like that was probably like that was like the biggest thing that turned this entire fight around.
Yeah,
because yeah, the only way you can see a stand if you're a stand user, but nobody said anything about sensing a stand.
Right. Yeah, so that's where I was like, all right then, you know, not surprised in the slightest, really.
Yeah. I mean, but even though we already have the biggest suspicion that Kenshiro was going to win the fight anyway, it's like holy shit. It's like throughout all my years of keeping up with this show, I've never been so excited for a death battle ever. And it's like holy shit. It's like that fight was just animated and done beautifully. It was glorious to watch anyway.
I gotta say though, I was totally not expecting the Joseph in the peanut gallery, you know. That's a very nice touch. I totally approve. So it's like
I strongly agree.
it's like
That was great.
Win or lose. Yeah, it's like win or lose does not matter. We have Joseph Joestar.
Oh my girl!
It's like that was great.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, so it's like that was a very nice touch. But I mean, it's like overall, I mean, I thought that was a pretty damn good fight and everything. I mean, I kind of expected that regardless of who was going to win, it was going to be an interesting fight to see. And I mean, sure enough, I mean, it was not completely one-sided or anything. Because I mean, my God, there have been like some death battles. I think more so like when this first started, where it was obvious that it was going to be very one-sided. This one was pretty even up until the end. And that was like, when you saw Jotaro, you saw him like reaching into Kenshiro's chest. I completely forgot all about that because they did that at the end of part 3.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like aside from Kenshiro like being able to sense aura, which allowed him to sense Star Platinum, it's like another big indicator that I figured was like gonna be make the winner really fucking clear was like the fact that not even like 10 seconds into the fight, Jotaro already initiated Start Platinum the World, which of course, stopping time, in my opinion, one of the most broken powers you can have, and yet Jotaro like used that like really early in the fight, which is something you don't really do. And usually when it comes to like these death battles or whatever, whoever uses like their strongest attack first or whatever usually is the one that's going to lose. Like, not all the time, but the majority of the time. So I see that like 10 seconds in, I'm like, oh, okay, I am not liking this. I think I can see where this is going. Oh my goodness. Oh man, but anyway, it's like, okay, great fight. I mean, yeah, definitely saw that coming. As much as I wanted Jotaro to win, even then, still amazing fight, animated beautifully. Once again, shout out to Screwattack, awesome animator. Oh my god. And yeah, I think that'll pretty much wrap this up. So thank you guys so much for joining in on this Spiffy Needle Geek discussion / reaction to this very death battle. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. See you guys next time.